Hey, what's up YouTube? Here we are with another video. I'm finally gonna unbox this figure. I've been looking forward to unboxing this one for quite a while. When they announced this figure, I made a video just about the announcement because this was one of my most wanted Black Series figures, and this is Pre Viszla from the Clone Wars. And I know this is, there's a lot of Star Wars controversies. This might be like the least controversial controversy, but there has been some controversy about his face. And it's just, because this character has only ever been depicted in Clone Wars and in the very distinct Clone Wars animation style, it's a little bit off-putting to see him depicted as a person. But we're going to talk about that. I think the biggest hot shit about this is the scar on his face, which I can't remember if it ever explained that in Clone Wars, but I know in a deleted scene of Clone Wars, he got the scar during his duel with Ahsoka, and she just basically like tapped him on the face with the lightsaber, and but that fight did take place in Clone Wars. It did come on during that weird Death Watch arc with where Ahsoka had like a fling. I don't know, it was so weird. Anyway, that duel did take place, but this part where he got the scar did not take place. Like, they cut that part out, like sort of like how they cut out when Darth Maul actually decapitated him. That scene was also like a little bit extended where it actually showed his like severed head. So yeah, Cartoon Network couldn't show that kind of thing. But anyway, on the side of the box, like, we actually see Darth Maul, which is kind of funny. I think, so Pre Viszla, like, wasn't a huge main character, but he was, like, kind of, in my opinion, an awesome villain. And he did have a little bit of character growth, and he had a very interesting arc. And a little bit of, kind of a redemption arc, I think, because I think the first time we saw him was when Obi-Wan was protecting Satine, and basically him and Pre Viszla had a duel, and at the end he kind of like punked out and called Death Watch and was like, beat his ass for me and made him look like a real punk. But you do have to appreciate that throughout pretty much almost the entirety of Clone Wars, like, he was the wielder of the Darksaber, so he might not have been able to take on Obi-Wan, like, but he was able to kick the asses of all the other Mandalorians, or at least all the other Death Watch members, including Bo-Katan. So anyway, that was something. But then I think the next duel he had after that was actually against Ahsoka, and to me that was a draw. And even more, Ahsoka kind of punked out of that because she was like, okay, so I don't know, like, go back and watch that duel if you haven't seen it. I actually laugh when he like roundhouse kicked her in the chest out of that sense. I don't know why. That was just kind of funny because I think she's like 13 or 14 years old. And he was just not having it. Anyway, but then she was like, droids, kick his ass for me. And their fight actually ended in pretty much a draw. And then, of course, he lost against Darth Maul, but he didn't call in backup. Like, he died pretty honorably. And then Ahsoka pretty much defeated Darth Maul in Mandalore. So anyway, he had a very interesting character arc, and I really like this character. So his face is a little, like, to some people might seem strange, and what is he based on? Now, I will say this. So the reason I went ahead and make this video, two reasons. Number one, yesterday I just ordered the Diamond Select mini bust of his character. It has interchangeable heads, and I'll go ahead and pop up the head that they have, which I think is like the best head. It's a very nice head, and you can switch it out. You can either display him helmeted or with this head. And I don't know how I'll display him. I'll probably display him helmeted just because I think it would look cooler next to my Cad Bane mini bust. But anyway, but then we have the Vintage Series figure, and it's just absolute dog shit. So between that one and Diamond Select, we have this one, and that one makes this one look pretty good. So, I think, this is just my opinion, I think the face sculpt is actually based, it's hard to really discern because of the blonde hair and also this weird kind of, beard type deal that's going on. But I actually think that this head sculpt is based on young Jon Favreau, like from the 90s. So I'll throw like a couple pictures up so you guys can see. And of course, Jon Favreau was the voice actor for this character, and also for Pre Viszla from The Mandalorian. And he actually, and of course, we know he played Pre Viszla. So that's who I think they based the head sculpt on, was young Jon Favreau. That's just my opinion. Who knows? Like, who knows? Maybe one day they'll tell us, but it is kind of like weird because of the blonde hair and blue eyes, like, so it's hard to tell, but that's what I believe. Anyway, so I really like this character. I think he's a really funny, fun character, and so I was very excited to finally receive this Black Series figure, and I'm excited to open him and display him on the shelf. So let's go ahead and pop him open and take a look. So, by the way, I could probably say, like, a lot more about that arc. The character's name did come back to me. It's Lex Bakari, and, I think it should have, like, I can't remember anything else about Lex Bakari. Like, he had, like, a couple, little scenes in Clone Wars, but I really think he could have been replaced by Corky. But I believe that the reason he wasn't is because it was a rabbit hole that George Lucas didn't want to go down. Like, I think maybe Filoni and Favreau did, like, want to go down that rabbit hole, but maybe George Lucas didn't. Because I do absolutely believe that when the character of Corky was first conceived, he was meant to be, like, it was meant to be hinted at that he was Satine and Obi-Wan's son. And, I've always said, I've probably said in videos before that I think that the sequel trilogy would have been much improved if Rey had been Obi-Wan's granddaughter and that had been revealed. But they just, for whatever reason, they just didn't go in that direction. Maybe, and I think it was George Lucas wanting to preserve some of Obi-Wan's, like, perfect Jedi-ness. I don't know. Like, I'll never understand, because if you literally, like, do a face combine of Obi-Wan and Satine, you literally get Corky. But I think even Filoni has come out and said, like, oh no, that was never our intention. Like, I find that hard to believe that wasn't their intention, to sort of muddy the waters with that, even though if they backtracked later. And I also believe that, when they made The Force Awakens, they didn't know what the hell they were going to do. They had no idea. Like, there was no scripts written, so they were like, well, I mean, like, she could be anybody's granddaughter. I mean, she could even be Palpatine's granddaughter. I mean, some goofy shit. So anyway, that just came to me. It doesn't matter, but anyway. So I think that the coolest accessory and that this comes with is, of course, the Darksaber. And then he has 2 blasters. He has his jetpack. Once again, he's a Mandalorian who was I think it's a trope. All Mandalorians are basically defeated by their jetpacks getting damaged. Jango was defeated by Mace Windu basically because his jetpack got damaged. Boba was eaten by the Sarlacc because his jetpack got damaged. Pre Viszla lost his, or he didn't lose, but Ahsoka damaged, like, he probably could have beat the blocks off Ahsoka if his jetpack hadn't been damaged. And then his jetpack was destroyed by Darth Maul, which was obviously a component of him losing that duel. So Mandalorians and their jetpacks, it usually doesn't work out good for them. So in The Mandalorian, I guess we shall see. But anyway, so, and then he also has the cool helmet, and his helmet, like, always had like a bunch of antennas on it. And I don't know what all the antennas are for, but I know Commander Cody had, like, an extra antenna on his pauldron, and that was, like, for extra encryption. So this dude is, like, the leader of a terrorist faction, so he probably needs, like, lots of encryption when he sends comms and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take him out the clamshell so we can get a good look at him and see if he can freestand. Alright, so here he is out of the box. Again, I don't love how dark the scar is, because I don't believe it's that dark in Clone Wars, but it is, like, it's kind of hard to tell because he's often shown in dark lighting. And he does like kind of have a stubble in Clone Wars, but this is just like highly pronounced and also not pronounced enough in the mustache area. Like, it's weird anyway. So here he is with the jetpack on, and I guess he has like this little hook for the Darksaber, which is kind of cool. And I will say this about his helmet. I'm about to put his helmet on. What I like about his helmet is that it didn't feel like it was going to break when I took it out of the clamshell. The antennas are actually quite sturdy, so I appreciate that. I hate when these things make me nervous, like they're going to break or bend very easily. So let's see if he'll stand up. Yes, he freestands very easily. So I actually give this figure like an 8 out of 10. I really like it. I'm very pleased. I think it's way better than the Vintage Series one, which looked like trash to me. It looks so weird. But anyway, I'm excited about the Diamond Select mini bus coming now. We'll see how long that takes. Could take freaking forever. But anyway, so my next video is definitely going to be a Big Bad Toy Store unboxing. I got a big box of stuff in last week, and I haven't opened yet because I was waiting to do it on video, but I'm really excited to open it because in there is a Cad Bane statue that I pre-ordered like 2 years ago. So I'm excited to finally see that displayed on the shelf. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.